Hi everyone. So this week I am talking about work-life balance. Um, and if I'm honest, it's something I'm not going to say I'm great at. I'm also not going to say I'm like the worst at it either. It, the topic came to me as something that we discussed internally at work. Um, Now I've read a number of books about this, like 4 Hour Work Week. You don't have to have to be crazy at work, but I think most of those things always talk about theory or like extreme edge cases. Like it's always like the worst case scenario. People have already hit burnout, and this is how they got to that. And as someone I'm not going to burn out anytime soon, I don't think. And I've always believed in kind of like preventative maintenance over the whole it's a little bit too late kind of approach. I just wanted to share how I kind of do that, like what I do to keep in like my basic things that I do around preventive maintenance, I suppose. The first one, which is pretty simple, is I always take a lunch break. I actually try and go outside if I can. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, so it works pretty well for me, but I try and get outside where possible and have that dedicated lunch break. Number two, and probably the hardest one for a lot of people, is saying no. I've always said no to stuff I don't want to do. That's just my character, whether that's upset some people over the years or not. But I think if you're honest about it's just not for you, people start to respect your honesty about saying no rather than falsifying it with some grand story. And then the other thing that was given to me by somebody else is actually the third and kind of most important part for me is I put my phone on silent after work. Now, that does not stop me from being able to respond to emails and seeing things coming in. But what it does do is it allows me to be present in the moment and not be distracted by externals. Like hear my phone ping off or Microsoft Teams goes ding and I'm like, ooh, better check that. I don't have that, but I still check my phone because that's just in my nature. People are on their phones all the time. Um, so they're my kind of three things that I do to keep some level of work-life balance. What I ask is, if you are happy to do so, just share some tips. I think everyone could always learn from new aspects of how you control your workday and work-life balance. So anything you can share, always going to be appreciated. Other than that, have a great week.